Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the Demon List channel. Today we will cover notable community events that occurred during the month of January 2021. Here's Debejor with the main story.
On August 12, 2015, Geometry Dash history was made when Riot verified the hardest demon at the time, Bloodbath. The level was so incredibly difficult for the time that it took nearly a year for its first victor. It started with Quasar, then Serve, until the level became a staple for any rising extreme demon grinder. In the past, it was easy for the player base to assume that this level would never fall out of the top 50 hardest demons, let alone the top 150. That was until December 2018, when the placement of Singularity pushed Bloodbath from the main list to the extended list, and it only fell further from then on. This sparked a new era for difficulty in Geometry Dash, and it seemed like every day, incredible players were toppling Bloodbath. It all climaxed on January 29th when Bloodbath was finally pushed off by Alphabet X, breaking its 5-year streak, the longest of any list demon. As a tribute to this groundbreaking level, Riot jumped in himself to announce Bloodbath's fall in the Demon List Discord server. During Bloodbath's lifespan, over 1,000 people beat it, and it has been completed even on mobile. This monumental moment truly shows how difficulty in this game has advanced to seemingly impossible levels, and we are excited to see what the future holds for the Demon List.
On January 23rd, community veteran Rico LP partnered with growing Twitch streamer Dr. Man to host the biggest Geometry Dash Twitch event since Geometry Dash Debate Night. This event featured a handful of players representing 2 countries, being the United States and Canada. The United States roster included Diamond Splash, Aussie, and Technical, while Luigi DB, Zeronium, and RG represented Canada. The event consisted of 3 rounds with 1 player from each nation facing off on an extreme demon, seeing who could consistently get the best rounds. Diamond Splash and Luigi faced off in the first round on the modern extreme demon Acu, with Diamond Splash taking a victory. Following that, Aussie and Zeronium faced off on Artifice, with Zeronium bringing the event back to a tie. Finally, RG and Technical faced off to end it off with Artificial Ascent, resulting in a win from RG, claiming the win for Canada. This event was a huge success with nearly 600 concurrent viewers, and it received incredibly positive feedback from many members of the community. This show match has sprouted into an entire world tournament organized by Rico, and it's incredibly exciting to see Twitch streams bringing the community together once again.
The first upcoming level we have to talk about today is one that has been in the works for years now, and is finally coming to fruition. First showcased in the summer of 2017, WOODKID has rocked 2.1 over and over. From its first reveal, its revamp in 2018, to its optimized final form that is being verified as we speak. There have been multiple improvements since its older version, and it's been such a ride seeing it change across the years. Alex has been getting progress on his channel, so you should all go check him out and give him the support needed to verify this legendary level. This is surely something to keep your eyes on in the coming months. Beyond Gira is another popular level that we have seen more of this month, with its final preview being showcased on January 2nd. In this preview, we get to see some amazing new parts, and it's clear this is shaping up to be quite the sequel. Everything is looking absolutely stunning so far, with consistent theming and quality throughout. Sequels of this quality don't come very often, so we should appreciate how hard the creating team is working. At this rate, we could be seeing this impressive follow-up come soon. Up next on our roster for upcoming Extreme Demons is POW by Avina, Trusta, and Tamori. POW started out as a fan-made WoW sequel by Avina, but when Trusta took a liking to it, they teamed up to make the project official. The level has come a very long way from its layout, featuring amazing decoration from many skilled creators. With gorgeous colors and brilliant design, it's surprising that this is Avina's first mega collab. The progress has been steady, so hopefully the creating team can make the final push to make POW a reality in the coming months. This is looking like a great sequel to WoW, and it'll be exciting to see what the rest of the level has to offer. Finally, we have another blast from the past, Knight Rider. Knight Rider received its final preview on January 4th of this month, and with its excellent cyberpunk theme and custom backgrounds, every part is looking incredible. Anubis has now passed off his host position to Mindcap to add some final touches. Additionally, Luigi DB was deemed to be the official verifier. This is definitely something to keep on all of your radars.
Now it's time to talk about the first few Extreme Demons of 2021, so let's get right into that. Cybernetic Crescent, the final installment of the Technology Trilogy, was released after a little over a year since the first preview. Hosted by Viper and verified by Technical, it's safe to say that this level didn't slip by. With nearly 100,000 views on the verification and over 30 victors in under a month, this is one of the most popular Extreme Demons in a while. Nonetheless, it is a fantastic level, with different creating styles and a wide color palette. Its decoration is anything but boring. It's a very satisfying closure to one of the most groundbreaking trilogies in this game's history, and we're stoked to see this finally out. Ice Attack is a lesser known Extreme Demon that was also verified this month. The level is a collab between multiple creators including legendary El Spectro. It features a similar style to El Spectro's other works, such as Fexty and Effet, but uses modern techniques and designs. It makes large use of black and white while also keeping things fresh with nice background pulses and intricate block designs. With El Spectro's permission to finish off the project, the level was verified by SpamJu128 and published on Ice Cave's account. It's always cool to see abandoned levels revived, so nice work to the creators on finishing this off. Darkened is a new mega collab by Bionox, featuring timing-based gameplay that rarely surpasses the normal speed. It's a unique level for sure. Each part contributes to the dark atmosphere, yet creates contrast with glowing purple and pink details throughout. Featuring only 6 creators, it's definitely short but sweet. It's a great extendless level and should be accessible to most players, so we recommend you give it a shot.
Since applications were open this month, we have received a handful of fantastic new members. knoeppel, Tetris, Happy365, and Telepracity all joined the team as helpers. Congratulations to them. In addition, ThunderBT also rejoined the team as a helper. We're glad to have him back. Now, it's time to get into some of the changes to the list from this month. Alphabet X, an Alphabet X remake by Eggnog, was placed at number 136, knocking the legendary Bloodbath off the list. Sari Never Clear, a level full of history, was placed at number 10. To many's dismay, this placement pushed Cognition out of the top 10. A few days later, Viper's newly released Mega Collab and the third level in the Technology Trilogy, Cybernetic Crescent, was placed at number 37. Mirrored Calamity, the first placement of the month, went to number 51. It now sits at number 57. Bionox's new timing-based Mega Collab Darkened was placed at number 126. It now sits at number 134. A remake of Betrayal of Fate, Betrayal of Destiny, was placed at number 104. It now sits at number 112. Eternal Moment, an extreme on the shorter side of things, was placed at number 28. It now sits at number 30. The third level placed on this day was the horror-themed Timor, placing right above Eternal Moment. After being moved down a few spots, it now sits at number 38. Moving on, the official sequel to Lucid Nightmares, named Lucid Chaos, was placed at number 47. It was later nudged to number 48. Just barely making its way onto the list, Monster Cat was placed at number 149. It has since fallen to the legacy list. An unconventional and artsy extreme named Shibui was placed at number 138. It now sits at number 141. To top it all off, a very scary remake of Heinz's already spooky Night Terrors named Sinister Incision was placed at number 86.
This month, LapWV became the first 60Hz victor of Colorado. While beating a top 20 is a very impressive feat, doing it on 60Hz is on a whole nother level. This is one of the hardest levels completed on 60 thus far, and it's moments like these when you know lower refresh rate players will never stop. Huge GG's to Lap, and we hope to see more from him in the future. Hyperbola made even more progress on Silent Clubstep, getting the majority of the level done in an absolutely phenomenal run of 24 to 100. While he says it's only about 50% of the difficulty, it doesn't take away from this being a groundbreaking achievement. Hyperbola is creating history like nobody else, and deserves all the respect in the world for his skill and dedication. Sari Never Clear has already had its first victor. This month, Varium took down this top 10 in only 2.5 weeks. His dedication was unmatched, and despite his terrible luck and experience, he pulled through and came out on top. Along with being the first victor, Varium now has the hardest demon in Australia. Outstanding work! After 9 months, we finally saw another Tartarus victor emerge. With 71,000 attempts and half a year of playing, Timo completed this beast at his 8th list demon. Clearly, his time wasn't wasted, so go check out his newest victor of the number 1 demon. After only a year of playing the game, zoopreme completed Cognition, and the community is in awe. zoopreme improved at such an incredible rate, and his relatively short career isn't stopping him from conquering some of the hardest demons. Go check him out, as he's got a ton of time to keep impressing. Thurs has been destroying the list as of recent, beating WoW, Edge of the Blade, Eternal Moment, and Gamma in only a week. Clearly, these top 50 demons are nothing more than obstacles to him. Congratulations to him on beating so many difficult demons in such a quick succession. Arguably, 2 of the biggest flukes in Geometry Dash history were pulled off this month. Ultrakawa HD fluked Zodiac from 64, and zMarc fluked Bloodlust from 52. With stressful levels being the new norm, it's impressive to see these players keep composure so well throughout. Good job to both of them on these flukes.
Ayo, knoeppel here with the level review for this month. Upon the release of one of the most anticipated extremes to be released this year, Cybernetic Crescent was met with an exuberant amount of unnecessary criticism and negative feedback. Today I'm going to highlight some of the strengths and weaknesses of Vibrant's newest Mega Collab. Beginning with the decoration, it's easy to say that there's no real theming done, and none of the parts are cohesive with each other. Diversity among several sections adds depth while keeping the level interesting from an aesthetic perspective. Galvatron and Speg do well on their own, but in comparison to some of the other segments, they stick out in a way that just doesn't fit. This is a prominent example of the astounding individual creating talent with a disregard for theming, which is where a majority of the criticism stems from. While this technique does not make a lot of sense right away, looking back on it, the parts are more memorable in comparison to a strictly themed mega collab such as Fusion Z. Moving on to gameplay, another common issue is the poor balancing. Parts such as Nazgub, Vibrant, and Vlak were miles harder than parts that came before such as Samifying or Galva. The drop at 42% comes later into the level than most would expect, with over half the level's length composing the pre-drop. Normally this would not be an issue, but due to the balancing it can feel boring to play from zero. Something that wasn't talked about enough was the playtesting. The playtesting team did a phenomenal job with parts like the Devon feeling extremely satisfying, although it requires extensive learning. The top 40 difficulty is something that must be kept in mind, but it does not excuse the difficulty spikes. Overall, I really enjoyed this project, but I can understand why a majority of the community feels as if it was not as good as it could have been.
Last time, we chose Shockbreaker for the list demon of the month. Congratulations to Brumik and their Z for being the fastest players to beat this level. This time around, we're going on the easier side of the list. For February's list demon of the month, we chose Dark End by Bionox and more. This level has stellar decoration with a great atmosphere, and it's agreed to be one of the more enjoyable timing-based levels. As always, the first 3 people to complete this level before the end of February will receive a special shoutout in our next highlights video. But be fast, kids! February only has 28 days. Good luck! The player shoutout for this month goes to Cringy Dylan, a top 100 player from Brazil. Dylan has beaten some pretty hard levels such as Eternal Moment, Wasaretta, Cowaretta, and Aronia. He also has a bit of progress on other levels such as Cognition, and we're sure he'll be able to beat it soon. He has less than 300 subs right now, so you should go check him out and drop him a fat sub.
And that wraps up this month's highlights video. The writers and voices of this episode were myself, zMarc, Rocipher, norkbork, Yoonsr, Confusion, knoeppel, Enderlink, Zeronium, Debejor, Skrypto, RG, and Harry. The editors were Doggy, myself, Kutsu, Enderlink, and norkbork. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and take care.